What's up, legends? Let me tell you about the wondrous joy of SHEETZ. SHEETZ, not the thing on your mother's bed, I would know, are a chain of gas stations slash fast food places. I believe they are a uniquely American thing, and they are wonderful. Like I just said, it's a gas station, but then you go inside and you order food off of a kiosk, and let me tell you, you can order the most bizarre things ever. It's mostly just like sandwiches, like hot or cold subs, or like breakfast items of varying degrees. But I think the best part, the most American part, is that you'll order your sandwich. You can customize it however you want. They'll ask you like what you want to put on it in terms of like, sure, like meats, cheeses, and like other vegetables, I guess, and then they'll have like every sauce in existence. You can get random shit like a fried egg, and then it'll ask you like, do you want something on the side? Like for my breakfast sandwich, I got these like cinnamon dunk strip things. They were pretty good. When we got lunch, I got like these like macaroni balls that were triangle shaped for some reason, and then it'll be like, do you want these on the side or do you want them on your sandwich? And it's just like, I don't know why anyone would ever want them on the sandwich. Just like get them on the side like a normal person. Anyways, that's America for you. SHEETZ is like a southern slash midwestern chain. I don't know. We didn't have any in Chicago where I grew up, and we don't have any here in New England. So driving from Pennsylvania or through Pennsylvania through Ohio, there was SHEETZ everywhere, and man, I was in love every time I stopped there. Their coffee was like alright, but yeah, let's talk about Origins. There is a bug flying around my room. It's summertime. The window's open. Rosie is sleeping. What's up, Rosie? I got the ring light on. Like, there's just gonna be a bug flying around the screen. So I'm sorry, because the light's right there. It's just gonna... I'll try to get it, but no promises. Let's talk about Origins Game Fair. It is July 1st, approximately 10:56 p.m. I am recording this video on Monday night to come out Tuesday, perhaps earlier if you are a patron. And I just wanted to give everyone a little update, a little midsummer update about where things are at with me, and just kind of like a review of recent happenings. Go Eggs. And how Origins was. Origins was, like I said, today's Monday. Not this last weekend, the weekend before that. So like 9 days ago. That was in Columbus, Ohio. One of the most aggressively, negatively mid states in the country. America has 50 states, and Ohio is probably like 40th on the low end, and like high 20s on the high end, if I'm being very generous. I do not think favorably of Ohio. They have maybe the best amusement park in the entire country, Cedar Point. LeBron, if you like him, and that's about it. Like, there's nothing going. The Dirtle Bros are from Ohio, so we gotta give them credit for that. But like, if you're not from this country, just like Ohio's just like the middle of nowhere. We got a lot of that in this country. But the one of 3 board game conventions that Restoration goes to in the United States is in Origins in Columbus, Ohio. So we are talking about that today. I have a checklist so I stay on track, although I've spent 5 minutes talking about Ohio and SHEETZ, so we are right on schedule. Origins was really fun. I was a part of the tournament crew running tournaments. Turns out 2v2, very popular in Ohio. At some of the other tournaments we run at Gen Con and PAX, a lot of the other formats like Roster and Conscript, especially Roster at Gen Con, we had like a huge 60-person tournament there. Those are a little bit more popular than 2v2, which in Ohio, 2v2 is all the rage. I guess they just got... Everyone has a friend that knows someone with a friend, and they get together and they play 2v2. I met this awesome little conglomerate of dudes that were from, I think, the Cleveland area, and they like all play 2v2 together. They like share all their sets. it was amazing. There was a set of twins that won one of the 2v2 events, and I was like, of course they won. They're wearing the same shirt, and they got the same face. And that was a lot of fun. It's one of my favorite parts about the board game conventions is meeting new people and seeing the people that I've only met online. Just like talking to people about the game in person is a lot of fun. Seeing the other people that work at the restoration booth, love them all dearly to death. And of course the restoration people are awesome. I got to participate in some playtesting for a future Unmatched set, which was very, very cool, and a new game. I'm not going to talk about either because I do not want to die. But let me just say they got some cool stuff coming in the pipeline, as they always do. Big news there, and let me just say playing Unmatched with new characters with possibly possibly slightly inebriated opponents. Very, very fun. And so, aside from like the typical like Unmatched stuff that I do, I was looking forward to Origins for two other reasons. There were kind of, I don't want to say like indie board game companies, but like there were a lot smaller establishments there pushing products of their own. One I want to talk about is Good Knock, which my good friend Chedicular is very much got his grubby little fingers all up in their business. He helped play test that game. It is a fun little game. You got like a deck of cards from a world where the sun is dying, so there's like a bunch of different factions, and you deploy units on a board and try to get to your opponent's stronghold and just like shank their castle to death and exhaust them. That was a lot of fun. Got to see the people behind that, and got to pick up some swag for that game, like a playmat and some foils. They are not giving away, but there's a character in that game called a Griff Dog, which is basically a dog with wings. And Tim, I believe was his name, the guy behind the booth, was saying how if you get the artwork commissioned, they will pay for a Griff Dog tattoo on you. So I am strongly considering getting that one made into a Griff Dog and getting that put somewhere on my extremities. So updates on that in the future. They said no one's taken them up on the offer yet, so I could be the first one. And depending on how, like, if I get this thing like all the way on like my back, like it might be the only one, depending on how much it costs. And the other game that I was looking for there is a game called Gem Blenders. I met the Gem Blenders team in PAX Unplugged in December of 2022, I believe. That was a year and a half-ish ago. A little bit of a long time. But back then, they were a very small startup in a little corner tucked away with a bunch of other booths. And it was a guy named Steve who's loved TCGs his whole life. And he made his own, did all the art for it. And they were starting a Kickstarter in March of 2023 for their game. Well, the Kickstarter completed in like fall of last year, and this was like, well, they go to like different cons, like Comic-Cons and Collecticons, I think, but this was my first time seeing them like as an established entity post Kickstarter at a convention, and I believe they're going to be at PAX Unplugged again this year. But it was awesome seeing them. Got to see their booth, talk with the guys, Sam, Ben, and Steve. Awesome people. And I love their game. It's another TCG, because now I'm into Gem Blenders, SWU, and Lorcana, which is a lot in addition to Unmatched. And people, I think Gary said it reminded him of like Yu-Gi-Oh, but skipping the first 3 turns of it, whatever that means. It felt a little bit like Pokemon from what I played, but the deck building / like how you actually play the game felt really unique the first time I played it, and I love there's like an intentionally like lo-fi aesthetic that I like. The art is really cool in my opinion, and just the way the game plays is really interesting. It's like a traditional like best of 3 TCG, except you don't reset the board in between games, which means you can use that first game as like a big setup game to set up your engine or your combo or whatever, and then just focus more on execution in like the next 2 games. I have not even begun to scratch the surface of like potential for that game. It seems really cool. Definitely want to make videos about that at some point, even if no one watches them, just because I think that game deserves a little bit more attention. And who knows, bringing that on the map would be pretty cool. A comment I got on their booster boxes a lot, because I had them sitting around our stuff. People liked how they looked like pizza boxes, and I said that the team is from New York, so of course they got to do something with pizza, which was really cool. But yeah, Gem Blenders, that was one of the other games I was looking for at Origins. Speaking of TCG news, John /ZeroSkater12 and I are going to be doing a Lorcana tournament. We are participating in the Lorcana Challenge in Toronto, Canada, at the end of August. It is an absolute miracle that we both were able to get tickets. A little bit of like I incurred a heart problem while trying to do that. That was very annoying, but fortunately it all worked out in the end. So if any of you are going there, or like live in Canada and are going, I guess, let me know. We can do like a little meetup there. I still don't know what deck I'm going to run. The last time I did a Lorcana tournament with John was actually this January in Milwaukee, and I made my deck about an hour before the event started just because I didn't know what I wanted to run. But traditionally, blue is my favorite color. I love items, but I don't like red, so I'm not really a big fan of like the control popsicle deck that's coming on, blue-red. I don't know if blue steel is quite my style, but like I just hate red purple. I just want to beat red purple, and that's not even like meta anymore. So it like doesn't. It's not a guaranteed hit that you'll play against it a lot, and like I don't know, it's not even the best deck anymore. I am excited for the new SWU set coming out, Star Wars Unlimited SWU. Like I said, I'm recording this Monday night, but the set to pre-release at my local game store, which is Elm City Games in New Haven, Connecticut. That's on this Friday, so that's going to be exciting. I hope to get some good pulls, although my main problem with TCGs is like I look at all the spoilers, but I don't internalize them until I see the physical cards. So like I don't really know what to be expecting. So I guess that's just part of the fun. Some people don't follow spoilers and they just don't know what cards they're getting until they open the packs. Those crazy people. But some other things I wanted to talk about was amazing at Origins seeing people. Two of these wonderful individuals that I saw, their names were John and Brandon. And this was on Saturday night. Saturday is like the big popular day basically at any convention, because everything kind of dies down on Sunday when people are like packing up and going home. But let me set the stage. It's Saturday night, post all the happenings, go Eggs, and my social battery is a little dead. So I go back to our event space where no one else is, although it's in this big ballroom with a bunch of other people. So like it's not like a quiet room necessarily, but I needed to get out of the conference room, kind of get my own little space, kind of just like unwind, depressurize like an airplane cabin would. And I'm just sitting by myself, opening some Gem Blenders packs. These two dudes come up to me that participated in some of the tournaments earlier that day, John and Brandon. And I recognized John from the previous year. I wasn't sure if it was like this exact con Origins or if it was something else. But I recognized him. He's got blonde hair and like a very distinct face. So I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I know that dude. And we had a bit of a chat, as you would say. And he's been following me since the beginning. I believe he said he's a filthy Robin Hood enjoyer, so shame on you, John. But he said he's been watching the videos since the beginning, basically since I started posting, which is always good for me to to know that like I have viewers that have been watching since the beginning and are still watching, which is awesome to see. And he made a comment about how he's like, you know, like you don't really post super often or like consistently. And I know sometimes you make these like videos with like promises you're gonna like do like 8 videos a month, and it's like, where is it, bro? And I was like, all right, John, you got me there. Like sometimes life just kicks my ass. Like I know in May, right at the beginning, I had those Slings and Arrows release videos, and then literally the Wednesday of that release, I sliced my hand open at work on a bagel knife, and I couldn't use my left hand for like a week, which made editing nearly impossible. And like I still haven't put up TDC Jason's Wayward Sisters interview yet, which is something I need to do. But and then like after I went back to work after that, I hit overtime like 2 weeks in a row, and just my May was absolutely fucked. And then June was just busy, and then I had Origins and stuff. So tons of excuses essentially, but life nonetheless happens, as it does for everyone. And he was like, it's like, don't worry, bro. Make the videos when you can. Like the last thing we want to do is see you get like burnout or anything. And like one thing he said that really hit home, he was like, and by the way, he like looked at me like opening Gem Blenders packs for like another game, and he was like, it's like, you're allowed to make videos on other games too, you know, like you don't just have to cover Unmatched. And like I've like dabbled in SWU. I put like some spoiler discussion videos out with Darkblade and Big Mike, which are a ton of fun to record. But just thinking about what he said, and I miss making videos sometimes. And I know that sounds silly because you're just like, baked goods, make the video. But hearing reassurance from people like John, that like people love my videos and they'll stick with me basically no matter whatever I put out, because they love watching it, they love my personality, things like that, is awesome. That's kind of like why I do this whole stuff. Getting feedback from like Suzanne Sheldon, the marketing head. Like I was saying, marketing is the number one priority, number one position at Restoration Games for their staff members to do. Operations and logistics, number 2. Game design, close third. But marketing is the most important thing. That's a Josh W. inside joke from the weekend. He probably doesn't even watch this video, so no one's going to get that, but that's okay. Suzanne Sheldon. We had a little heart-to-heart after she drank my chocolate milk on my birthday. And then she was like, oh, it's actually your birthday. I kind of feel bad about that. She gave me some feedback, too, about how even though I am a thorn in her side at some point, she still like loves that I'm one of the people that is like interacting with the games and the products that they're putting out and getting people to enjoy them as well, which means a lot coming from Suzanne, even though she did drink my chocolate milk. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is I miss making videos. Part of it is I need stronger ADHD medication, because motivation is a big thing for me. I get this big mental block in my head where I'm like, I need to like sit down and like record the video and edit the video and make sure everything's perfect, when in reality, it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be. A lot of my greatest hits kind of like came out of nowhere. I just started to do it, and then it came out, and it did. Like Faint. That whole strategy guide thing, like, I didn't really plan that. I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna make a video. How would I make a strategy guide? Like Sam Smith was a big inspiration for me, Lord of the Board. How would I make a video like that? And then I did it, and I'm still doing stuff like that to this day, which means like the format doesn't necessarily need to be perfected. I just need to do it. And so, kind of bringing that all home, in July, I'm going to try to like challenge myself. And that is going to be, how long can I go? I got one of the bugs. I don't know if you can see that, but Idiot. How long can I go posting a video every day? Obviously, they're not going to be like 3-hour tier list video types of videos every single day. But I started today. I recorded a 2v2 video at the request of the Columbus contingent that did a bunch of 2v2 tournaments at Origins that were like, why don't you make 2v2 videos, man? And I was like, you know what? That's a good question. Why don't I? So I was just like, you know what? We're just going to make a 2v2 video. I have relatively little experience, but I feel like I can analyze it with the experience that I do have and try to put something out there and see how people react to it, to where I go from there. All right, these bugs are really annoying me. We're going to take a second. We're going to hydrate. Yes, I do have a Dunkin' Donuts sprinkle cup. It's perfect, and I love it, just like me. Hydrate, homies, yeehaw. But anyways, I said, you know what? We're just going to do it. I'm going to try to get my passion back for creating. Not that I've, like, haven't had it for a while, but just, like, I need to relearn what it's like to, like, grind. I remember, like, the first 12-ish strategy guides all the way through, like, Little Red Beowulf, maybe even a little beyond then. Like, I would just make them. I would crank these things out in, like, a day or something. I remember the Jekyll and Hyde video came out, and I was like, on like a Friday or something, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna have the Sherlock video out by Tuesday. Excuse me. And like, son of a gun, I did it. And Zero Skater 12 was like, holy shit, man, you did it. That was like right at the beginning of our friendship. It was awesome. But anyways, July, it's time to grind. We're just gonna see what I make. I have like a whole list of stuff that, not in front of me, this is the list of what I was supposed to talk about today. Doing a good job keeping on track of that. But I lose my train of thought so much. We are going to see where the wind takes us this month. It is going to be a little bit of a cop-out. This does count as the Tuesday video. So I'm already two videos in. I will, however, throw in a bonus video today. The Cobble and Frogs tournament intro video I did, introducing the teams for that tournament that happened in France, France, a couple weeks ago. I will be releasing that today along with this video, since I did make that video unlisted just so it would have more hype. But I will be releasing that to the world kind of as like, here you go. You can enjoy it too, so you can see what shenanigans I was contractually obligated to perform for the international community. I hope to go to that this year or next year. I don't know if it happens every like June and December. Hopefully I can work that into my schedule coming up. But we've got a nice 2-pack for you today on Tuesday, and then we're just gonna see how long I can go making a video every day. And so kind of like to bring this back full circle, John and Brandon, I love both of you. That was an extremely productive conversation we had. I'm really glad I had that because, like I said, I was a little overwhelmed. I was just trying to de-stress and just having a chill conversation with two fans of the game. I feel like was exactly what I needed in that moment. And John kept saying like, I'm not trying to bother you or anything. I'm like, you're not bothering me. Not that I'm like a celebrity or anything, because I'm not. I got like 3,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I make videos about a very specific niche board game. Like, I know Lucio sometimes jokes that I'm a big-time internet celebrity, but like, I'm like a cult leader at best. And so, like, that is the way to approach someone that you're like following, like a public figure, I guess, like just like politely coming up to them, approaching them, having a nice conversation with them. Like I wasn't like eating dinner somewhere with my family and these people came up and like asked me for a photo or something, but like that was awesome. That's what this is all about. Having a sense of like community all around a shared passion, whether it's board gaming, Unmatched, tomfoolery, other TCGs. Like that's what I'm trying to cultivate here. And if you are a part of this garden, I'm glad that I'm helping photosynthesize you. It's my second favorite card in Gem Blenders because my first favorite card is the cow. So yeah, that's what's going on with me this month. Please let me know if you were at Origins, what your plans for July are, what types of videos you're looking forward to coming up. Because if I had to give you a quick little like hint, I guess if you've made it 26 minutes into this video, you deserve a little hint. It's probably gonna make, that was the chair, not me. This chair sucks. I need a new chair. Every time I move it, either like clicks or clacks, or it sounds like I'm farting. And that was a chair, not me. In the next week-ish, some videos that I want to have come out are the Moon Knight Strategy Guide, the United Unmatched Adventures Skunk Ape Guide, Jason's Wayward Sister interview, another Unmatched Adventures Team Comp video, some Oops, I Didn't Talk About This videos, and then after that, probably some commentary videos of me talking about Team League games from this season that I recorded, and I'm just gonna like talk over. Maybe I'll invite some people to talk with me and just have like a conversation about the game. Who knows? Or maybe just some like tactical in-depth analysis. And then as we lead into Summer of Legends, we're gonna go over Winter of Champions and then a new tier list. So big things for July. I'm excited. I hope you are. Let's rise and grind. We're going to record another video after this, and it's going to be amazing. But I thank you all for your time. I know these videos like aren't super interesting inherently, but I feel like the core contingent of 300 to 500 of you that like will watch this thing all the way through, like that's who it's meant for, I guess. So thank you, cutie. Yeah, I guess that covers everything on my list. The only thing we didn't talk about was Jello shots, which we'll get there in the future. So this outro is actually brought to you by Brandon and John. So with that out of the way, I just want to thank you all for watching. Like, subscribe, and
loudest yeet. Yeet. Louder. Louder. Come on, Brandon. Yeet!